Let's turn our attention to the Balochistan province of Pakistan, where abuses of human rights have become the norm. In the pretext of security and territorial integrity, the Pakistani government and its security forces frequently violate the human rights of the Baloch people. They are often charged with treason, labelled as terrorists, and either killed in clashes or arbitrarily taken in by security personnel. In order to stop the flagrant human rights violations in the province, Baloch political and human rights groups have requested the United Nations to intervene immediately. Our report.
In Balochistan, human rights violations have become the norm. The Pakistan state and its security agencies have habitually trampled on the human rights of the Baloch people in the name of security and regional integrity. A large part of its young population has been the victim of enforced disappearances and extrajudicial killings. Recently, hundreds of people took to the streets of Islamabad and Germany against the fake encounters of the Baloch missing persons.
Stop mentioning Palestine! Stop mentioning Palestine!
The families of the victims staged a 3-day sit-in protest in front of the governor's house in Quetta and warned that if the culprits of the Ziyarat incident are not brought to justice, the protests will be expanded throughout the province indefinitely. The protesters claimed that the 9 men killed in the Ziyarat incident were Baloch missing persons who were picked up by the Pakistani security forces. They demanded justice for the victims and their family members and asked that the culprits be prosecuted and punished.
They are killing the Baloch missing persons. The persons who are missing from last 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, or maybe many of them are missing from since 12 years. They kill them in fake encounters, and after that they dump their bodies and they show it that they have did an encounter of terrorist forces who are killing Pakistani army or so-called. But these were identified later on, the Baloch missing persons. Their families are protesting on daily basis in Pakistan on streets.
Cases of enforced disappearances are endemic to Pakistan. According to the Commission of Inquiry on Enforced Disappearances, more than 7,000 enforced disappearances occurred in Pakistan since 2011, with over 700 enforced disappearances in 2019 alone. Such kind of disappearances in Pakistan are mainly based on the victims' ethnic and religious backgrounds. Not only the Baloch are being killed in fake encounters, they are also facing a dismal future, helplessly watching as the Chinese seize control of their mineral-rich country under the guise of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, fortifying and enclosing locations like the port city of Gwadar. China is violating human rights in its occupied territory and has collaborated with Pakistan to exploit natural resources in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, Gilgit-Baltistan and Balochistan. Therefore, common Baloch and Baloch leaders have been protesting in Pakistan's port city Gwadar against China's multi-billion-dollar belt and road projects in the country. To suppress these voices of freedom, the Pakistani Army and Intelligence Agency ISI are now floating all the limits of human rights by targeting Baloch women and children.
Actually, we were facing human rights violations from Pakistan till the day they colonized Balochistan in 1948. But the day CPAC started, the day Gwadar mega project started, the day China entered, that human rights violations, they change into genocide. Actually, they are displacing Baloch people from their ancestral lands to build Chinese and Pakistani settlements there. So CPAC is just like Baloch. They are making a place that is Baloch free. Like there should be no Baloch. They don't want to see any Baloch there. They just want our land and our ports and our resources. So Baloch people have seen a kind of genocide. The ongoing genocide is going on. It's direct result of CPAC, and the people who have imposed CPAC on Balochistan should be ashamed of themselves. They should be brought to International Court of Justice for what they have atrocities they have done against people of Balochistan.
We want justice! We want justice!
Balochs have faced extreme deprivation and marginalization from Pakistan, and it has resulted in a strong desire for liberation among them. Demonstrations against targeted killings and fake encounters are often held in Balochistan and in Western countries. The protesters holding placards and banners chant slogans against inhuman atrocities in Pakistan's resource-rich province.
Stop! Stop!
They are urging the international community to speak out against the genocide, as the silence of the world community is giving impunity to Pakistan.
Release! 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 Release!